Hey guys, welcome to this sort of interview between two budding psychologists who have chosen a career in psychology. I have with me Sachet Kiran Doni and Kanna Tingirala, and I want to ask them a couple of questions about mental health and the stigma associated with it. So say hi and let's get started.
Hi.
Hey,
Okay, so first of all, let's start with the basic question. What is mental health?
Mental health cannot be just understood by the mere absence of mental illness. So, mental health can be basically defined as a complete state of psychological and emotional well being.
So that's a fair way of describing what mental health is. But how does it compare and contrast with something we're more familiar with, like let's say physical health?
physical health is different from mental health in two ways mainly. One is that it's measurable. Like people can say that you're physically healthy when either you have the right weight or right height, or you're keeping well, like you do not have any diseases or illnesses such. But mental health, and on the other hand, is not that easily measurable. Mental illness is not observable by everyone but just by the naked eye. It's a little more complicated and a little more subjective for to the person who's experiencing it.
Well, that gives us a overall picture of what mental health is and how it is somewhat familiar to us in its correlation with physical health. But we mentioned earlier that we were going to talk about some sort of a stigma attached to it. What exactly is this stigma, and why is there a dark shadow cast behind this concept of mental health? And what do you think people can do to, let's say, come out of it? How can we as a society break this stigma?
Okay, so the thing is, the one of the points that has led to mental health having a huge stigma against it is that uh, people tend to joke about being mentally ill, like, and uh, associate it as putting a way of putting people down by calling people either mental or associated with lunacy and all that. So the thing is, mental health from then has never been taken seriously by anyone compared to physical health. And it when a person tends to seek out for medical help or any sort of help because he is going through a mental illness, uh, people tend to associate a sort of shame to it by making fun of them or something, and it's become a topic of making jokes or calling people names. That's why there's a shame tag associated with consulting a professional for mental health.
Actually, the stigma attached to mental health is of social nature. So, it is called the social stigma. So, this stigma actually means that people are hesitant to approach a mental health professional, be it a psychiatrist or a psychologist, because they feel that they're ashamed of their own problems. Because they do not give much importance to mental health and mental well being of their own, they will not be able to accept the fact that they are mentally ill. Due to this reason, people are very much hesitant to visit a professional.
Okay, that's a fair overall putting forth of what sort of stigma that is surrounding mental health. I suppose we as a society are responsible for removing the stigma.
I think it starts off by taking mental health as seriously as physical health and spreading the word about mental health.
Having said all this, uh, what do you think is the standard procedures, or what do you think someone who thinks that they're mentally ill, and and what are your thoughts on, let's say, self-diagnosis and home medication?
Very importantly, whenever we feel that we are mentally ill, we should be very sure about whether we are actually mentally ill, because we have not had any formal diagnosis to certify ourselves as having a mental disorder. So, very importantly, we should stop self-diagnosis. We should not say that I'm depressed. Okay, you should not just because you were feeling depressed for a few days or for a week or so, you cannot end up saying each and every individual you confront that you are having depression or you're suffering from depression. This is what is called a self-diagnosis, or you're trying to label yourself in a negative way, and this might finally end up in real depression because you're exaggerating stuff and you're telling each and every person that you're depressed. This might make you really depressed. And what we need to exactly do whenever we are diagnosed with a mental illness, we have to first primarily approach a psychologist or a psychiatrist and then take formal treatment for our mental illness from them. Along with it, we can also follow some home remedies. In a sense, it can involve mindfulness, where you're paying attention to whatever you're doing presently and not thinking about the past. Whatever has happened in the past, just accept the past and live it out, because it should not hamper your future and the present. And then it can also be socializing with friends, the family, and this can also boost up your mood.
Okay, so pitching in with my friend's answer here, I would like to give an analogy. So I'm pretty sure everyone heard about how doctors are hell bent against people self-medicating themselves because more often than not, people do not know what might have caused the illness. And similarly, I would say self-diagnosing yourself about having a mental illness is a big no.
Okay, so though I suppose those are some of the things you can do if you think you're mentally ill, but most importantly, like Sachet mentioned, you should actually reach out for help. We did talk about how there is a negative light thrown on, reaching out for therapy, but despite that, you should value yourself. You should value your own mental hygiene more than what the public says. So we should reach out to psychiatrists and psychologists to take care of your mental health, and consulting one, going for therapy sessions or getting medication, whatever, will ensure that you lead a better life. There are obviously many institutions like Fortis that not only encourage people to come forth with their mental problems, but they also help spread awareness so as to dampen the stigma, like our friends mentioned here. I'd like to thank both of you very much for giving this interview. It has been an enlightening talk, and hopefully, we did our small bit to raise the stigma and give confidence to people who are suffering so that they reach out and get the help that they need and deserve.